This is Dr. Panda.
Why are humans becoming more beautiful in the process of evolution? Why do humans generally like smooth and delicate skin? What creates this abnormal aesthetic in humans? I am Dr. Panda, and I will explore the answers to these questions with you in the following content. Why do people consider hairless and smooth skin as beautiful? When you caress your girlfriend's smooth and tender face, do you ever find it a bit strange? It seems that rough skin should be more resistant to damage from harsh environments. Intuitively, creatures with fur and thick skin can walk through thorns without being scratched, and they are almost completely immune to mosquito bites. They are also less likely to contract infectious and skin diseases. In contrast, among primates like humans, monkeys, and chimpanzees with sparse hair are even considered to be a sign of illness. So how did this fragile, diseased gene become dominant in the human population and shape humans into such an outlier in the natural world? Why did the largest organ in the human body, the skin, evolve in a direction of fragility as humans ascended to the top of the food chain? To understand why humans have evolved to lose their hair over millions of years, we must first understand why some animals have fur and others are hairless. 65 million years ago, the Earth experienced a cataclysmic event that wiped out the dinosaurs, ending their reign of 165 million years. However, our ancestors, a group of small mammals that ran more like reptiles, miraculously survived. What allowed them to thrive in such harsh conditions? The answer lies in three key adaptations: fur, warm-bloodedness, and a slow metabolism. However, similar to most large-bodied, skin-bearing dinosaurs, the mammalian lineage flourished. With the exception of a few large mammals living in high latitudes and elevations, many large mammals like elephants, rhinos, and horses began shedding their fur, following in the footsteps of the extinct dinosaurs. This led to a development where the skin moved in a direction less conducive to resisting external environmental changes. Why do some animals choose to shed their fur? The answer to this question is actually quite straightforward. Life processes inevitably involve the conversion of a significant amount of chemical energy into heat. Each cell continuously generates heat during its ceaseless activities. Animals not only need to retain a certain amount of heat but also need to promptly dissipate excess heat. Otherwise, heat would accumulate, potentially leading to overheating and death. So why do larger animals commonly shed fur for heat dissipation? Bergmann's rule is a biological principle that states that endothermic animals tend to be larger in colder climates. This is because larger animals have a smaller surface area to volume ratio, which means they lose less heat per unit of body mass. This helps them to maintain their body temperature more efficiently in cold environments. Imagine you're cooking and using both a large pot and a small pot to boil water. Which pot would reach a boil faster? The answer is the small pot. This is because the small pot has a larger surface area to volume ratio, which means it has more surface area exposed to the air. This allows the water in the small pot to transfer heat to the air more quickly, causing it to boil faster. Animals follow a similar principle. The larger the animal, the smaller the ratio of its surface area to volume. Surface area is one of the main ways that animals lose heat. The smaller the surface area to volume ratio, the less heat is released. To maintain their body temperature, small animals need fur to insulate themselves, while large animals need to shed their fur so that their limited surface area to volume ratio can promptly release more heat. Herein lies the paradox. Compared to animals of similar or even larger size, such as tigers, lions, and bears, which are all covered in fur, and even primates with similar structures to humans, like gorillas, which have dense fur, humans join the ranks of large naked animals like elephants and hippos. Could it be that humans are gifted with the ability to generate more heat? It is true that human ancestors did produce more heat and consume more energy than other animals. However, the fundamental reason for this high energy consumption is not because humans are smarter or stronger, but rather because of the inherent weakness of the human body. Why did humans lose their hair? The most widely accepted explanation for why humans are hairless is that they learned to walk upright. But why did humans need to walk upright in the first place? If we look at modern apes, we can see that they live in trees and use their arms for most of their movement. They swing from tree to tree with their strong forelimbs, while their hind limbs are not as well developed and they are not very good at running on all fours. Human ancestors were also similar to this. Later, the environment changed and human ancestors left the trees for the open grasslands. Without the protection of the forest, they often became prey to predators. How could they cope with this disadvantageous situation? The solution that human ancestors came up with was to stand upright. On the vast grasslands where the competition for survival was fierce, early humans had to have a special skill to ensure their survival. For these herbivores, humans were a formidable enemy. They did not hide and ambush their prey, nor did they use tools like later Homo sapiens did. Their only trump card was their ability to run. This skill is supported by paleontologists who have observed the wear and tear on the fossilized joints of early humans and found that they were very good at long-distance running. In fact, it is fair to say that in terms of fighting, the short and thin Homo erectus might not have been able to beat an antelope or a zebra. However, for these herbivores that were used to outrunning predators, seeing a group of clumsy humans chasing them slowly, they didn't think it was worth fighting. After all, they could just run away. This hunting method, devoid of any sophisticated techniques and relying solely on the low energy consumption of upright walking, makes humans exceptional among mammals. Hunting often takes several days to exhaust or overheat the prey. During these endurance pursuits, the body undergoes prolonged and intense physical activity, causing a continuous rise in body temperature. Under the selective pressure of natural selection, individuals with dense hair, once considered advantageous genes, are compelled to stop more frequently for rest during long-distance running. Conversely, individuals with sparse hair, which might seem less robust, emerge victorious in endurance races. Under the principles of evolution, hair serves various purposes. It blocks direct UV rays in Africa, eyebrows prevent sweat from blinding the eyes during running, and certain localized areas of hair carry pheromones to attract mates, while most other body hair has essentially disappeared. Simultaneously, humans have evolved the most efficient sweating system and thinner skin, allowing for the efficient dissipation of heat during vigorous activity. As humans refined their primitive hunting techniques and acquired adequate nutrition, their high-energy demanding brains also developed. Thinner skin improved tactile perception, allowing for more accurate sensory input to the brain, further stimulating the development of the brain and nervous system. With the advent of the agricultural era, humans began actively modifying their own environment. Today, despite the human spine being adapted for upright walking and running, it remains ill-suited for the stooped posture required for farming. Widespread lumbar muscle strain persists as an inherent flaw from field laborers to office workers. From a genetic perspective, compared to the gradual changes over tens of thousands of years in natural evolution, the past 200 years of the Industrial Revolution have brought about rapid transformations. Our current body form was shaped around 200,000 years ago. We are essentially living modern lives with primitive bodies, which clearly do not adapt well to the material abundance of modern society. Particularly, the monogamous structure of modern society has allowed humans to escape the control of natural selection. The notion that the strongest individuals necessarily gain higher genetic rewards is challenged as wealth and technology undermine natural selection's influence on us. The evolution of the human body can be considered largely influenced by modern society. Humans no longer need to store large amounts of energy for prolonged hunting, yet they still have strong cravings for carbohydrates and fats. The appendix, once aiding in digesting plant fibers, has become obsolete in modern dietary structures and is prone to inflammation, posing health threats. Ancient humans had larger jaws, necessary for chewing hard foods. Today, human jaws have shrunk, leading to issues like impacted wisdom teeth causing pain and inflammation. While many animals can survive an entire hibernation period solely by consuming fat, the human body cannot sustain life by solely consuming fat. Instead of starving to thinness, overweight individuals are more likely to starve to death. The evolution of humans shedding their body hair has brought about various challenges. Not to mention the inability to survive in the temperate winter without clothing, the loss of the protective barrier provided by fur, which originally evolved for rapid drainage and heat dissipation needs in primitive times, poses challenges in maintaining skin moisture in today's less demanding environment with fewer requirements for running and sweating. Dehydration of the skin accelerates aging, leading to increased cell spacing, reduced activity, and significant loss of collagen, causing humans to exhibit more pronounced signs of aging at the skin level compared to other animals. Moreover, the long-term damage caused by ultraviolet rays and radiation exposes the short-sightedness of evolution.
The birth of human anti-nature aesthetics.
Considering these aspects, let's revisit the issue of aesthetics. It can be imagined that the aesthetic preferences of our early human ancestors were probably similar to those of present-day primates, where individuals with abundant fur and rugged skin were considered attractive, symbolizing health, vitality, resistance to illness, and good reproductive capabilities. Just as humans' ancestors who had recently descended from trees had a preference for hairy mates, those who liked hairy partners often overheated during hunts due to poor heat dissipation. On the other hand, they did not fancy hairless mates either. This aesthetic preference for hairy individuals led to a sense of loneliness as it gradually became extinct. As humans began to adapt to life on the grasslands, the need to protect against thorny injuries in the jungle decreased. With this give-and-take effect, human aesthetic standards gradually diverged, leading to a growing aversion towards apes and baboons. After humans began to form stable communities, a unique phenomenon emerged: the prolongation of infancy. Compared to other animals, human offspring mature at a much slower rate. For instance, a kitten can walk within a few hours of birth and open its eyes in a few days, while human infants take several months to achieve these milestones. The slower the maturation of offspring, the higher the likelihood of premature death. In the natural world, most animals reach sexual maturity in about 1/10 of their lifespan from birth, whereas humans have extended this period to more than twice as long. The main reason for this prolonged infancy in humans is the large size of the human brain, which leads to premature birth. However, even after birth, humans do not rush to grow up but rather strive to appear younger. From the perspective of the population as a whole, this evolution seems like a regression. But how does it benefit the individual? The challenging task of raising children among humans has fostered the emergence of group cooperation as everyone works together to strengthen the protection of offspring within the population. Individuals displaying juvenile characteristics also receive more care from the community. On the other hand, those who mature early and resemble adults are required to engage in dangerous tasks such as hunting and scouting. Individuals with an extended period of youth can keep themselves in a safe environment for a longer time, attracting more community resources towards them. This petite, young, and slender individual who is cherished by the group becomes a relatively secure presence within the population. In primitive tribes, most rituals are carried out by thin and weak individuals with less hunting ability. These tribal customs have persisted for a long time, coupled with the practical need for heat dissipation during hunting activities, leading to the human skin becoming thinner and more fragile over time. Today, the thickest part of human skin is only about 4 millimeters thick, consisting of several layers including the epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous tissue. Despite being small and thin, this tissue bears the heavy responsibility of protecting the body against external physical, magical, and biological attacks. Skin aging and skincare evolution. As humans age, the once metabolically active stratum corneum struggles to retain moisture, leading to thinning of the skin and issues like redness and sensitivity. With age, the body's heat dissipation needs decrease, metabolism slows down, and subcutaneous fat storage diminishes. Skin lacking collagen and fat support becomes saggy as collagen gradually dries up and ages, losing its vitality and elasticity. While humans stand atop the ecological system, technology has allowed us to alter nature significantly. Yet we remain trapped in these aging bodies, witnessing the inevitable cycle of life unfold each day. To address the desire to alleviate anxiety and delay skin aging, skincare products continuously evolve under the lens of technological advancements. However, skincare is not exclusive to humans. Animals also exhibit their own skincare practices. Elephants cover themselves with sand and mud to absorb excess oil and protect against UV rays, while hippos roll in mud to cleanse and shield their skin from sunlight. Vultures urinate on their legs as the uric acid in their urine kills bacteria and prevents skin infections. Some animals use mud, dung, and other substances to cleanse, protect from sun exposure, and repel parasites. Modern humans generally prefer smooth and hydrated skin, a preference shaped by evolutionary principles that differ significantly from those of wild animals. This preference reflects an admiration for the physiological state of infancy. Unlike animal offspring facing life-threatening challenges at birth, human infants are born into abundance and care. Their plump skin and innocent demeanor stimulate the release of hormones in humans, triggering affection. However, modern human aesthetics contradict our primitive physical state, leading to internal conflicts in our lives. Life is a peculiar phenomenon in the universe, with its origin and essence remaining a mystery. While we cannot assert the meaning of life or whether it holds value beyond natural phenomena, human pursuit of meaning, exploration of the unknown, and transcendence of our limitations drive us to progress continually, creating infinite possibilities within the confines of our finite journey. And that's a wrap for this episode of the video. I'm DR.RED Panda. If any of you have your own perspectives, or if you think there are any errors in the video, feel free to leave a comment in the discussion section. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.